the anthem for East Africa, and another one for Egerton University. Did you know that we have an anthem at Egerton University? All right. Kindly, let's stand up and have the anthems. Victor, please.
Humanity advancement, Egerton University we are. Passion for excellence, devotion to duty, professionalism, thus until in one accord, Egerton University we are. Ushirikiano na haki kwa wote, elimu hakika, tunapata ujuzi wa maendeleo ya kimataifa. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika, kwa ufanisi kujitolea.
We had prayed at the start, so we'll just move on. All right, so our chief guest, Justice Hilary Chemitei, presiding judge, Nakuru High Court, Honorable David Ochieng, National Assembly representative in this conference, Lynn Urban, program manager, pleads at the EU delegation, Madam Charity Kagwe, the head of Crime and Criminal Justice Pillar at the UNODC, as well as the head of anti-corruption at UNODC, Mr. Jaffa Mohammed, the project manager, UNDP Amkeni wa Kenya, Professor Patricia Kamere Mbote, distinguished law scholar and advisory board member of the Egerton Law Journal, Professor Raphael Mulwa, DVC APD at Egerton University, Madam Christine Agimba, Chairperson, Kenya Law Reform Commission, Madam Flora Bidali, the Acting CEO, NLAS, Mr. Henry Opondo, LSK Nakuru Chapter Chair, my colleagues from the Fourth Estates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to welcome you to the 3rd National Conference on Legal Aid organized by the Faculty of Law Legal Aid Project, Follap, Egerton University. My name is Kioko Kivandi. I'll be leading you in this first session just briefly. I am a journalist and a journalism trainer at Egerton University, also one of the staff at Follap, and I am also a very active champion of AJS. I'm saying that so that you can recognize that in this sitting, I have 3 bosses, 3 of them. One of them is DVC APD, Egerton University. The other one is our project lead at Follap, Dr. Ruth Aura. And the other one is Justice Chemitei, because he's the one who is in charge of the law courts where we are currently implementing AJS at Nakuru. All right. So then, we are gathered here to have reflections on democracy. Jacinda, I'm going to answer your first expectation. Democracy is leadership by the people, for the people, and leadership of the people, by the people, and for the people, right? So we have answered your first expectation. You wanted to know what democracy is, okay? All right. To start, we are going to showcase to you a video that documents what we have done as the Faculty of Law Legal Aid Project. The fact that I'm saying that this is our 3rd National Legal Aid Conference actually also says that we have been there for 3 years, okay? Victor, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Maybe as we wait for the video to show on the... All right.
The faculty's legal aid project has really impacted on the communities. They've been able to serve over 6,000 clients, both indirect and indirect. We didn't want to be just a legal aid project. And so we coined a slogan for the faculty to make it different. We call it taking law to the people.
Mzee yangu aliuza shamba ambao tunaishi, ambao tumeishi miaka 20. Jirani yangu akataka kuja kututoa, akatupeleka kotini, lakini follow up imetusaidia sana. Akapeleka wakafunga hiyo court order isitokee. Hiyo court order ingetokea, ungerushwa huko nje.
Wakati ule niliwaambia shida zangu, wanipeleka mpaka kotini, wakanisaidia kwa students department, nikasaidiwa kuchukua huyo mtoto. Lakini nasikiaga uchungu sana kwa sababu kwa hiyo muda yote nimetumia kukaa kwa hiyo boma, kwa hiyo miaka 27. Unaona hiyo ni miaka mingi.
Access to justice is a fundamental principle of the rule of law and a component of justice. Even though it is a right guaranteed under international instruments and the Constitution of Kenya 2010, accessing justice is multi-layered and complex, proving difficult to attain for key sections of the society that are poor, vulnerable, and marginalized, such as women, children, persons living with disability, and other special interest groups. These groups are disproportionately affected due to inequality in society, economic status, gender bias, and stereotypes in the justice system.
There is a view that access to justice is expensive. There is a view that getting advocates to represent a person in court is an expensive affair. There is also the fact that courts are normally located in town centers, and people who are a distance away from the town centers find it very difficult to access the courts. It is on this backdrop that Follap came in to offer a solution to increase access to justice for these groups.
Development partners have been playing a significant role in enhancing access to justice for the persons in need. Particularly, European Union has made generous contribution to the justice sector in Kenya through the Program for Legal Empowerment and Aid Delivery in Kenya. Working with the Government of Kenya, UNODC and UNDP, PLEAD is anchored in Kenya's Vision 2030 and supports government reforms aimed at transforming the criminal justice sector for the benefit of all citizens.
We don't just get into the community, You need someone to have an entry point into the community. And to get that entry point, the County Commissioner's Office in Nakuru was very instrumental in introducing us to the community officials, the chiefs, and the community at large, because they are used to working with the community.
UNDP, through its flagship civil society organizations, Facility on Democratic Governance, Amkini wa Kenya, is working with civil society organizations to enhance access to justice, especially for the poor and vulnerable, focused on delivery of legal aid.
I've organized a lot of public forums and legal aid clinics that have been so impactful on the lives of our people. That is the local people. These are the local people who actually sometimes they have difficulties in accessing the formal court justice system. But through the department, they have been able to be sensitized in public forums. They have been able to to realize that it's very easy to access justice.
Within its area-based programming approach, UNDP has also provided technical support and grants to civil society organizations within the 12 PLEAD focal counties.
Through our relationships, we've also been able to carry out AJS, including court-annexed AJS, where part of our team, together with team from the Follap, have been able to sit as panelists in most of these AJS forums, where at least for this year we've been able to resolve at least 50 cases that have been brought before the court-annexed AJS.
In that year 2020 tulienda tukafanyiwa training ya mambo ya alternative dispute resolutions. Tuliweza kuanza kujua namna ya kudeal na issues za watu. Watu walikuwa na notion kwamba mawakili ni pesa mingi, lakini this program ilituonyesha kwamba katika katiba article 48 watu wanafaa kupata huduma za kisheria na kwa bei ambayo ni nafuu.
In Africa, once you are married to a man, you believe that you belong to that family because you are married and you have stayed together. They come with you. Now they are aware that if you get married, you have to get a certificate. We have been able to reach people and give them knowledge and open their minds, and right now they are very happy.
Most significantly, as an advocate, I've been privileged to represent a lot of persons from this entity who have been referred, who've heard from us while on tour sessions within the county and within the town hall meetings that we've had before. A lot also have been informed through relations with persons associated with Follap, and that is how we've spread out our tentacles to the society.
Based in an academic institution for legal training, Follap has benefited from mainstreaming the trained law students in reaching people at the grassroots areas. Students have often been involved in offering legal aid and awareness to those in need. This is often done through mobile legal aid clinics and other community sensitization forums.
And I'm privileged to say that most members of the community were able to benefit from our services. We were able to even recommend to them lawyers or advocates who would take up those matters. Some of those cases were even forwarded to the National Legal Aid Service.
The project has been beneficial to us as students because it provides us with an opportunity to link the theoretical studies that we do on the various aspects of the law with a pragmatic application of the same at the field, since we are able to provide legal advice as well as learn in the process.
Due to the knowledge I'd gained in the legal aid provision, I was also able to successfully manage to pass my bar exams. And it is due to this project that a lot of knowledge had been instilled in most of us students.
The Faculty of Law Legal Aid project has also given me a chance to train as a certified mediator, which I have, and I'm currently exercising my skills at the alternative justice system in Nakuru Law Court.
Classwork is theoretical, so having to go out in the field and interact with people and understanding that there are various ways that I can resolve disputes other than going to court has really impacted me.
Through these interventions, Follap has many success stories from the beneficiaries of legal aid and awareness. Such stories tell of successful efforts in the removal of barriers to access to justice among the target groups, empowerment of the community to claim their rights and prevent violation of human rights violations, as well as building the capacity of community justice systems to operate effectively and efficiently.
The faculty is proud to have launched its journal. The first ever journal to be launched by the faculty was courtesy of UNDP and European Union by virtue of the conference which we held in 2021 and 2020.
2021 is availed to the world of knowledge. First, let me acknowledge and congratulate our team, the Faculty of Law, for the second time organizing this conference, and also together with it publishing journal, which I think is a milestone for young faculty that they are.
The systems within Kenya have been there, and the legal system is accessible, the formal one accessible by only a few due to many impending factors.
So the faculty has had a lot of impact, multiplier effect, because you train one person and that person is able to train so many. Currently I have a total number of almost 100 administrators who are DABI.
And I will encourage other universities to embrace legal aid, because legal aid is an important component of learning, not only helping the student to apply practical skills, but also making the student to embrace giving back to the community. So at the end of the day, we're producing future lawyers who will be embracing pro bonoism in their work because they know the benefit it serves to the community.
We have made significant strides in increasing access to justice for the poor and for the marginalized in Nakuru County.
We cannot take it for granted what UNDP and European Union has done to the project, and by extension to the faculty and Egerton University.
Suffice is to say that Follap is on a mission to use Nakuru as an example of what should be done to help the poor and needy benefit from increased access to justice.
A round of applause, please, for that production. Thank you so much. It's produced at Egerton University. All right, so now I'm going to invite at least 2 beneficiaries to say something, beneficiaries of Follap. And the first one I'm going to invite to the floor is Madam Apofia Wangoi. Madam Apofia Wangoi, tafadhali tunakuomba ukaribie hapa mbele ili uweze kuongea na sisi, utueleze tu, utupatie maoni yako kuhusiana na vile unafikiria ya kwamba umefaidi kutokana na mradi huu wa Faculty of Law Legal Aid Project ambao nia yake ni kuleta haki mashinani. That's our slogan. We say taking law to the people. And the Kiswahili version is tuafikisha haki mashinani. All right? Tumia hiki kipaza sauti tafadhali.
Hamjambo.
Labda uje hapa. Just come.
Okay. Hapa ni Apofia. Ni Mukami. Ni Mukami.
Sorry, she's making a correction here that her name is not Apofia Wangoi but Apofia Mokami. Samahani, eh?
Kwanza mbele kabisa ni kushukuru Mungu kwa kunipa uhai na hapa sisi wote wa Kenya mzima na kuamka vizuri. Nashukuru Mungu. Kwangu ni kusema hii program ya this organization nimefurahi sana kwa sababu imenisaidia, kwa sababu kuna wakati nilikuwa na shida mingi sana through my family, and then nika-introduce this program na Madam Chief wa Bahati, alafu akanipeleka huko hapa kwa Legal Aid na nikaendelea kupeana mahitaji yangu, wakanisaidia vile nitakuwa nikifanya. Kwanza ni kushukuru Mungu kwa sababu hii program imenisaidia sana, kwa sababu I have been married for 27 years. Na kukawa na msukasuko juu ya familia, and that time ni mtoto wangu yule last born akashukuliwa na mzee wangu, akasema ati atakuwa akiishi na yeye, and then he married another wife. After the time I come to Legal Aid, wamenisaidia sana kwa sababu tumeongea nao na tukaenda kwa hiyo boma na wakanisaidia kushukua hii mtoto uko kwa Children's Department, wakanisaidia. Na nimeshukuru sana kwa sababu this time niko na huyo mtoto na ninaishi na yeye, na wamenisaidia hata kumfundisha, anamfundisha kwa shule, and I'm hoping next year ataenda form 1 na huyo mzee ndiye atakuwa akimfundisha. So I'm very happy about this legal organization aid, na kwa jumla hata sana naweza kuleta shukrani through my lawyers akina nini Momanyi, kwa sababu amenisaidia sana. Madam Florence Egerton University wamenisaidia sana, and I hope after this my boma, yani my matrimonial home, I'll get it back through this organization. So I'm very much happy about this, and I'm still telling other people about this organization so that they can faidika through this organization. So nashukuru sana na naomba Mungu amwabariki na wasaidie na tusaidie watu wengine, and especially through my lawyers and this Egerton University programs. And I hope at the end of the day,
I'll get my home back, because it is very painful for staying with somebody for 27 years and then you walk out with nothing. So I hope for the best. Thank you.
Asante sana Mama Apofia, hata kwa ujasiri wa kwa kukubali kuja kutupatia hadithi yako na hadithi ya maisha yako. Asante sana. This is exactly what we mean when we say we are taking law to the people. The second person I'm going to invite to share their narrative of how they have benefited and worked with the Faculty of Law Legal Aid Project is Madam Flora Bidali of the National Legal Aid Service. I had spotted her somewhere. Oh, she is coming. Okay. So then what do I tell you as she comes? Maybe I just tell you that Egerton University is the oldest institution of higher learning in Kenya. We were started in the year 1939. Momanya, I know you didn't know that. Before any other institution was started to train at that capacity, okay? And we started with 3 students who were under, we should just say, apprenticeship of one Lord Morris Egerton of Tarton. Tarton is a region in England, but if you come to Egerton University, it's also a recipe. So you come to Egerton University and say, I would like to have Tarton and chapati, because Tarton is beef and cabbage. I'm just waiting for Flora to get here, okay? All right? So that has been our story. Then at some point, we were a constituent college of the University of Nairobi. And thereafter, in the late 80s, we got our charter, and here we are. Simnaona, we are the oldest. Simtupigia makofi tafadhali. All right. And the Faculty of Law is actually our youngest faculty. There's something with last bonds. Or maybe I'm making a mistake if I say the Faculty of Law is the last born faculty, because I don't know. I'm not privy to the discussions that are happening in management, and Professor Mulwa is here. He might be sharing with us that perhaps they want to start another faculty. Mutembe, are you able to trace Flora, or we move on? Oh, okay then. All right. The lady who's just moving forward to speak to us has been working with Follap for quite a while, and she's among the people we refer to as, watu wetu wa pale chini mashinani, okay? She is not only a chief, her status is chief, but she's a real chief, because she's our chief mobilizer. Her name is Chief Florence, and she will tell us how she has benefited from Follap. Karibu, Madam Chief.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Florence Gui, Chief Bahati Location, and the Chief Mobilizer Follap. I think you saw I was all over. Maybe you didn't note, but I was all over in every program that we make concerning going to the people. I'm the one who has been organizing for the last 3 years. I thank God for Madam Mary Mwangi, who is with us here, DCC, Imenti South Country. Stand up, Madam Mary. It is her courtesy that I was able to join this program. She talked to Madam Dean, and I was invited to join in. I didn't look back. Since then, we have been able to reach over 6,000 people in Nakuru County. We have been moving in 9 sub-counties. And for me today, I would say this program has been a success. When we started, I was wondering, how will I go to a different sub-location? And according to law, you are just supposed to do or to work within your area of jurisdiction. I thank Madam Mary because through the county commissioner, I was able to be around to be the chief mobilizer of this program. In our many projects and forums that we have been able to move, I was able to meet a lady like Apofia, who was crying throughout her life because she was not able to stay in her matrimonial home. And right now, she has a child, and she's one among the many beneficiaries that we have been able to meet. Last year, we had, I think, before elections in June, I organized a women's forum. I hope you have this program. This was a forum that I organized, and it was concerning women in politics. I think during our introduction, I talked about propagandism against women politicians. I fell victim because somebody said I was buying voters' cards during elections, only that I was preaching peace. I fell in hearts of one high-profile politician. I will not name him here, but I was all over social media. They were talking about how we were buying voters' cards, and I was wondering, if at all you are to vote, you are to use your fingerprint and your identity card. How was I to buy a voter's card? During this forum, I talked to women, and I asked them,